Oh, hey, it just put it right in the thing. World first. World first auto thing. Literally has never happened to anyone before, and it will never happen again. So what are we looking at? Lands, that's what we're looking at. Sure. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, well, that works out. What do we talk about? We talked about this. Get your anime stuff out of my stream. Alchemy is the 29th. Alright. Good to know. Can't say I'll remember that, but I probably will. 29th. What is that? Tuesday? Yeah, it is Tuesday. Okay. Wait. Does this want that? Yeah. Actually, maybe want Mana Tithe too. You have to cast it? Oh boy. Yeah, I gotta stock up on the mythic wild cards, huh? Because they're all mythics. I think only like 2 are good, though. I have to look at them again. Have to look at them again. Yeah, I read them all, but I don't quite remember. So I guess it doesn't matter if I read them or not. What's the set code? Is it? It's a TDC. Exile it and then cast it. So I can use, what's the unsubstantiate? Is that the name of it? Is that what I'm thinking of? Do we not? Well, what's the return? Okay, I can just type that in. TDC. Oh, shoot. I can't believe I got that right. Unsubstantiate. Is that not in the game? I thought it was. One of them's in the game. This is pretty interesting. I need some Enter the Battlefield effects for it, though. Oh, there it is. Oh, I'm so stupid. There it is. All right. It's right in the middle. Aetherize is the red-green one, right? I don't know why I like this. We don't like this. Notably, it is not just instants and sorceries, so tokens don't have a back face. It creates a copy of it, so I can't like flip a copy Jace. Oh, 4 mana. Yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about. House Meld, though. That's our 4 mana Aetherize. There you go. I see Tidebinder a lot. Not really sold on it. It's a 5 mana commander, but I don't have to cast it early. You make a mouse token and then copy anything. Okay, so you can copy something that you've already copied. Creatures you control get +1. Oh yeah, no, this is funny. That is funny. What about a? Well, yeah. We want Femboy, Ephemerate, Ephemiboy. There it is. Yeah, and all of its cousins. Yeah, it can copy itself. Should probably be looking at that specifically, because otherwise can't use it. This is interesting to copy. So, another non-legendary creature. Okay. Not the most exciting. Flying Vigilance? Displacer Kitten? Isn't Displacer Kitten... No, it's still just perfect. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Ooh. Could run Spark Double. So counterspells work if you flicker at instant speed. This no, that doesn't look right. I might want Faithless Looting. Oh, Tome is probably good here. Maybe. My game is stuttering. Well, it is on my side. Yeah, Faithless Looting probably makes sense. Gamble is probably okay too, because there's a lot of cards that we are fine with discarding, because our commander would just be like, oh, it's back. So that probably works. Yeah, the game is like chugging. What is with that? You see that? Why is that happening? I'm not sure. I don't actually like Tideminer. How about this? This is another interesting one to flicker on my side. I guess we could run Yorion. Double Stone Rain. Is that? Let me look at my stream. Is that? It is happening. Okay, it's not just on my side. The game is like just stuttering. Oh, there's always something. There's always something, right? There's always something. Huh. So for 1, 2, and 3, when it comes to rares, I'm actually not super excited. Though our deck is almost done anyways. Well, full. Let's say done. Chainsaw? Yeah, okay. Alright, let's leave the 1, 2s, and 3s. Let's look at Yorion. Probably. Oh no, not the companion thing. Why? Oh my goodness, why? Why does it do this? It's so annoying. There's got to be a way to like not let this be a thing. I just don't know what it is. Mana Rocks? I kind of want to not run Mana Rocks, which means more counter spells. Could run board wipes as well. Our commander does cost 5. Companions were a mistake. Yep. They're almost all banned. So something that's gotta mean something. They're almost all banned. Exile target. Cast copies, alright. So I can't like MDFC a spell land. Villain's Lair is interesting. I mean, it works. Just the counter spells that just work with our commander are nice. I'm going to relaunch the game. See if that helps. In a second. Get Out is okay. More early removal, possibly. So I'm not trampled by counterspell decks. I mean, excuse me, green decks. Yeah, we're gonna run. I think I like Elspeth as just this thing that's annoying to like play against. I think it is annoying to play against. Could maybe look into Gideon because it costs 3 mana. This card is funny. Surprised I haven't played much of this card. Is it good though? I don't know if it's good. Don't know if it's good, but it is. It's doing something. I don't know if we're the kind of deck that cares about Gideon. Ominous Lockbox. Is that the Angel spam thing? No, that's the Vault. Celestial Vault. Every time I say a card name and I say it correctly, it's very empowering. Celestial Vault. The card I've seen twice ever, and I just, for some reason, know the name. It ruins Artisan, that's why I know it. Celestial Vault ruins Artisan. It's just a stupid card. It's like uncommons only and draft mythics in this uncommon only format. As this enter, secretly choose one between 1 and 20. Okay, I've seen this before. When they cast a spell, you copy it, and then you choose new targets for the copy. So you get to copy something between 1 and 20, and then you get to do it again. Oh yeah, yeah, that's interesting. I like that. Ojutai? Well, we don't own it. You're wrecked. Oh wait, you probably meant this one. This gets an anticipate, right? For 5 mana, I think you could just do better than this. Like, I would never play this instead. Oh, right, Teferi. Probably both? I don't hate this one. I don't love it, though. Maybe. I don't love it. There's a bunch of O-rings that are interesting. Solitude? When you cast your second spell? Huh. Is this like a 2-mana... Well, not quite, but... Kind of reminds me of... What's the white thing that does this? Shoot. Monastery something? Mentor? Monastery Mentor, yes. Huh. I feel like this would be really good in like some kind of legacy deck. Maybe even modern. Maybe even modern. I don't like it here though. I'm not really ever going to trigger it outside of the turn I cast my commander. Oh, I mean every time I flicker my commander, I don't know, this just doesn't, it's not enough pressure in my opinion. Not from this deck. Alright, that stuttering is getting to me. I'm resetting the game. The stuttering is getting to me. It's actually like preventing me from clicking too. Like I'm it's not even letting me click. Like when the stutter happens, it doesn't register my clicks. Alright, let's relaunch this. Standard All-Star? Dang. Wasn't red already like degenerate enough with the other card that didn't get removed for whatever reason? Monstrous Rage? Someone at Wizards just... Their kid is like a mono red player and they're like, yay! This is actually the first midweek thing I just forgot to do. And it's too late. I'm not going to do it on stream. I'm just going to get bothered by the fact that I don't own any good standard cards and lose for 12 hours, so... I'll just accept I'm not getting my cards. Did we fix it? Please? Alright, looks like it's fixed. Looks like some kind of memory leak or something. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, I mean, it does, but I just don't like the, like, the token isn't advancing my game plan of winning the game. It's just, like, sporadic random damage that might matter. There's better cards than this that do something that I might... Like, Monastery Mentor, actually, is just exactly what I'm talking about. Monastery Mentor. Do I own it? Ooh, I do. Haha. Like, I would just play this instead. Could play both. This one is, this one's just way more appealing to me. But again, I guess both is fine. I don't picture the cutter doing that much. Like, I have some fair amount of 1-mana spells. Not a lot, though. Playing it on turn 2 is also sometimes awkward when I have counter spells. Yeah, I don't like cutter. Could be wrong about it, but I could put it in and then just misplay on purpose just to prove my point that I don't like it. You don't do the midweeks if they don't, like, give you a pre-con thing? Yeah. I just put it on, I just send it and then see if I win or not. I'm not 100% paying attention. Just keep playing until 3 people get mana screwed. We need 3-4 more cards before I start to advance my thinkies. All right, let's go to EDH Rec. I've been doing that more lately. I won't lie. It's helped me bump into cards I didn't know exist. But I mean, most of the cards obviously aren't in the game. Voice of Victory? Nope. What's this do? Copy the next... Nope. Oh, the village, chat. The village. Ah. Haha. Boop. Well, wait, not that one. This one. Get out of your lily pad, village. The village. Almost forgot. How many lands are in here? I feel like it's... Oh, no. Alright. We're playing some Jeskai control nonsense. There are more blink effects I didn't put in here. I only put in the 1 mana ones. What's the blue-white one called? Is this not... Dang it. I wish it showed not collected automatically. Control decks require wrinkles of the mind. Ooh, I should quote that. Where is it? What? What? Wait a minute. Oh, there it is. Did I just not see it? Okay. Wins in the midweek give rares. Yep. Wow, Twiz is toxic. Circle? Probably. I mean, we have the other one. What's the dumb aura that I can't remember the name of? That just works here? It actually works quite nicely. You can do it twice. This actually isn't all in on a control angle, honestly. Sheltered by Ghosts, there it is. For the most part it is, though. Oh yeah. Soul Herder. Chat, how did you not say anything about that? Alright, we're at over 100, so we did something. Fun cannot be created or destroyed, merely transferred from one player to the other. I think Flare of Denial is a little weird, maybe. So is Monastery Mentor, honestly. So is Solitude. I mean, Yorion, excuse me. Reset the one ring. I don't think I like Yorion here. I don't have enchantments to... Okay. I don't have enough in my... Oh! It took out the companion square, too. Alright, you know what? Screw you, Yorion. Screw you and your deck list ruining imagery. Yeah, get out of here. Worked out. I legit forgot that was the cause of it when I thought to take it out, too. It was funny. Well, you don't get to choose the rares, right? And aren't they like standard specific as well? I don't know. Look, the less we talk about it, the less likely I am to feel bad missing it. It would be the first one I missed in a very long time. I almost never miss them. What about Stormkiln Artist? Oh, that's an interesting one. Spellseeker is meh. Lauren, Ledger Shredder, whatever. I don't know. I don't hate the pile here. The rares from anything? I never really pay attention to them. I usually just click past the reward screen. Like, I don't even look at them. Okay. I mean, this is fine. It's an interesting, like, split between flicker stuff and also, like, a Jeskai control thing, which, you know, I'm all for that, so... We're here with Shiko, Paragon of the Way, 5 mana 4/5, Flying Vigilance. When it enters, exile a non-land card from your graveyard. Mana value 3 or less, and then copy it. So if you copy a permanent spell, which this is not just instant and sorceries, which your brain's probably going to think it always is. Nope. If you copy something else, it's a token. So, you know, just Skyclave Apparition, copy a token, right? It works. 3 Blind Mice, I'm pretty sure in some weird way goes like infinite, just copying itself if it's already a copy of itself or a token from this. So that would just be funny. It's not amazing, but it's funny to just do this repeatedly. Who knows? Maybe it just runs out of control in a game or two. So yeah, it's a lot of flicker stuff, but also a Jeskai control list. And, well, those two things kind of have some pretty solid overlap here. There's an argument to go more in one direction than the other, but I think maybe straight down the middle is a good starting point. Could run more board wipes, run more counterspells, spot removal, bounce value-centric creatures that are worth bouncing, more removal, more, you just do whatever. But this is the starting iteration of our deck list, so we are gonna send it with this. Like, comment, subscribe, send it. Send it! Let's look at the store. Surely that won't cause stuttering for the rest of my... whatchamacallit. I'm actually surprised relaunching the game worked. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm actually surprised. Not going to lie. Yeah, mono red in those is easy to play. I shouldn't say always. For the most part, I just play some kind of black-white removal spam because the slower the deck is, the happier I am. And, alright, so it's Tatyova. I don't like that. Don't like that. Do I like it less than having no white mana? Not really, but this is fine. It's fine until it isn't, so. Let's hope we can deal with the 1-drop, because some of them you can't. This game also kind of ends on the spot if I don't find a land. I would probably Stifle this. We could run Stifle, Tail's End. I think Stifle is just good because of all the stuff that's in the game. Alright, we didn't draw land, so I'm not going to keep up with this deck even if I deal with this 2-2. Alright. I don't think I'm willing to mulligan that ever. I think I'm always taking that risk. What was I just talking about? Okay, I don't like Dire Fleet. What was I just saying? Dang it. No, I was saying it internally. I didn't say it out loud. I want the Seek card. Seek New Knowledge. Alright, there we go. I don't expect Dire Fleet to really do anything, so... Even if it does, it's a lot of mana, and most of the things I steal are not really that great, so... Told me, Blue... I thought you were leaving. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're banned. Timeout for 24 hours. You know what they just did in WoW with that stupid 2-hour patch today? They removed the infinite rep farm that you could do for the new rep. There was a mob that gave infinite reputation, and they just got rid of it. But the event is still broken, so it's just so stupid to me. It's so stupid. Like, oh, the event's broken, but this rep farm that we didn't, like, fix, we're just gonna leave that casually in the game. Or remove that, but we won't fix the thing that actually gives you rep on purpose. Okay, how do they not do stuff for 2 turns? That doesn't make sense to me. Chat, it doesn't make sense. Girth Spiral. Okay. They did something. They did something tragic. Alright, well, of course. Why wouldn't that happen, right? Why wouldn't my opponent just have Cavernous Souls against me? Well, on the bright side, I can just ruin everything with a House Meld. Let's play this land? Yeah. I just wasn't willing to Mana Tithe anything else. My opponent's only going to play this because they oh, they don't have a land. Get wrecked. Alright, cool. That's what you get for mulliganing for Cavernous Souls. What does this do? I don't care. Restoration of... Yeah, maybe. I was looking at that one. We want blue-red here? Oh, wait. Can I not get blue-red? Nope, I can't. So, blue-white? Sure. Is the Jeskai Triome in the game? Am I drawing a blank right now? They're all in the game, right? Yeah. They're all in the game. What am I talking about? I just don't have it in here. Wash Away works against my opponent's deck. It's not a land, though. It's not a land. I can do... I don't know. I'm probably not going to play this as a land this turn. Okay, I sort of drew the same card again. Alright, they found a land. Kept the card on top. Probably another land, honestly. Ooh, we want Brainstorm. I'm not sure if I put that in here. Always want your Brainstorms. And I'm not sure if I really want a mountain. Oh, do I not have a mountain in here? The deck builder just didn't put a mountain in here. We probably want at least one mountain in my deck, I'm not gonna lie. Probably want at least one. I'm quite surprised that they did not put a mountain in here. There's just that few red cards. That makes sense, though. I probably honestly don't need a mountain. I probably don't. Let's be real. So there's some kind of protection spell, obviously. But this is very, very, very good. Oh, there's no protection spell. Wow, get Schmieded. Let's pass. I drew another land. Kaimil? I might not have a no, I have a Steam Vents, right? I think I'll unsubstantiate that. No, I can counter it. I can just counter it, right, yeah. I could unsubstantiate so they cast it again next turn. So how does this work as a non-creature? Oh, it works! Okay, I wasn't actually sure if it worked or not. This is going to get a lot harder for my opponent then, probably. We have nothing to flicker. We can just play out Displacer Kitten, though. I don't expect them to do anything about it, but even if they do, I'm just content with that. It's a little hard to deal with the kitten, though. Primeval Titan. Let's, whoop. Oh, opponent. Your whole Titan just got countered now. It's not going back to your hand anymore. Oh no, opponent. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Tragic. Okay, drew a card. I will not do anything, so I can swing for 2. Do I cast my commander now? It's not really doing anything. Yes it is, I have Ephemerate. Yeah, why not? Let's just do this now. Right here. Just for the sake of it. And flicker this for the sake of it. Chat, we're popping off. We're popping off something fierce. I can phantasmal image this too. Expropriate? Oh, opponent. Oh no. Doesn't matter. Oh, hey, Mana Tithe. Yeah, that just works. There you go, buddy. There you go. Right there. Oh, that was a fun game. I had a blast that game. That was very fun. Oh, nice Cavern of Souls. Oh, man, where's your commander? Man. Ooh. Oh, man. That was just... I should gotta, like... This is a rated R stream. I think this might just be my first rated R stream. Oh, my goodness. It was just... Fun cannot be created nor destroyed, merely transferred from one player to the other. And let me tell you, I had it all. Oh, I had it all. Oh my goodness. I actually kind of feel bad. No, I don't. Alright, let's get something out of here to put Brainstorm in. I feel like I don't like the One Ring. I'm just sort of biased with it, but maybe I don't need it. Especially when my mana's kind of gummed up every turn. You just can't. It's not like ever wrong to play it. Also, in all seriousness, might genuinely want at least one mountain. Maybe we really don't need one. Maybe we could justify red a bit more. Ooh, Prismari Command's another one. Ajani doesn't have a lot of red... well, my commander's a red permanent, so it's got itself covered, really. Soul Herder is fine. X spell is not really good with my commander. Let's probably drop that. Alright, we want Brainstorm. We want something that's probably actually red. So I don't look super biased, even though I am against red cards. Expressive Iteration. Prismari Command. I don't think I want Galvanic Iteration, though. Is it Charm? We have Faithless Looting. This probably works. I think all 3 modes are relevant in Historic Brawl to some degree. So I'm sure this does in some way make sense here. This also kind of makes sense. Maybe not Young Pyromancer as much, but I think this one... I think something is here with this, right? Are we spell slingy enough, though? Does that make sense? Honestly, I'm not even sure if I want board wipes. Seems like, for the most part, sweepers are getting pushed out because people are playing less wide strategies, and they're like kind of just playing really strong creatures that are like 1 to 3 creatures at any given time. So maybe sweepers don't need to be in here. I would say it's probably nice to always have one, but I do have a ton of spot removal. I have like so much spot removal. And these get in the way with my own stuff. We're going to try to not run those. Electrolyze is funny. We're not a wizard, are we? We're just a dragon, a spirit dragon. This is probably still just completely fine. Yeah. But I really want Prismari commands, so. Alright, is red on the menu according to the auto land thing? Alright, red is officially on the menu, so we did something right. Or wrong. Or wrong. Remove all blue cards? Oh yeah, what was the saga called? I mean, we were looking at it a second ago. This one? Everything it does is kind of okay to me, I think. What about this one? Exile target creature for a greater, and then this is funny. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, let's try that. I almost want like 2 more counter spells too. As well, whatever. Okay, maybe Jace is wrong. Alright, there we go. Uh-oh. Did I have a hiccup? No. Everything looks fine. Flage. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, I didn't add the Triome. Whoops. I didn't add the Triome. And also, I think I do legitimately want Stifle here. Hushbringer. What? Creatures entering or dying don't cause things to happen. I think that is probably just okay for us. I'm not too concerned about that. Okay, well, I guess I don't have to be anymore. Let's play the untapped land, because Counterspell might work. I don't think they're going to Flage, but who knows. Again with the Cavern of Souls! Again with the Cavern of Souls. Wow. Amazing. Let's do this untapped. I'm not going to counter that. We're going to get rid of Skrelv and Essence Flux here. Oh, I didn't draw a land. Well, I mean, we could just play this, honestly. We just play this. It's probably okay here. You ordered peach tea? What? That's not very American. Unsweet tea? Hmm. Phyrexian Scrapyard, huh? Alright, my opponent's just pulling out the best cards in their entire deck. Oh boy. Cavernous Souls of Johnny. Why not? Why not? So... let's pitch Chain to the Rocks so I can cast it for free here? Ossification's about the same and it costs more mana though. Let's do that one. Oh, I want the land though. No, 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 no. Let's not lose a game to dumbness. And then we can play this and probably lose by tapping out. Opponent's going to cast Flage next turn, so... I guess I just play it. No, no, nothing lives. I think we're just doomed. I don't know. I can exile Flage and it doesn't have haste. So we're probably just somewhat okay here. What costs 6? Can't cast spells in your turn. So if I mana drain that, it gets mana drained. So we'll do that. Flage is not too concerning without haste, honestly. I wonder if they keep it under the wait. I have to have a mountain, so this actually doesn't work. Yeah, I didn't get the red-white surveil land, so we might just be a bit doomed here, actually. Yeah, I guess we are. Yeah, alright. I just don't have a mountain in play. Dang it. The only card in my deck that cares about having a basic mountain, or mountain type. Oh, that sucks. That's unfortunate. Yep, we're just dead. That is unfortunate. I could have accommodated that, just didn't. We had the fetch land. What is this? Alright. Okay, well everyone's had the same card against us every game. Okay. The same card as in this card. I think I'm gonna not shock myself. Yeah, we're just... I'm gonna shock myself. What does this do? Alright, my opponent probably just instantly assumed I had mana drain and then gave up. Fascinating. See, that's why you shock yourself on turn 2, because your opponents are like, nope, not playing against this. Even though I actually didn't have a counterspell for this at all. I bet you my opponent thought I did. Oh, yes, love it. Oh, love it. And to think we had to think about it. The prosperity. The audacity of trying to think about shocking yourself. It's a weird name. Okay, having both of these is not great. This hand isn't that amazing? It's fine, though. Alright, someone has to remind me to put the Triome in before I just go to the next game like I constantly do. What the heck is this? Okay. I feel like they're just making a joke at their own IP with stuff like this. But I mean, the past 3 sets have felt like a just Fortnite clown show. Second main phase, if this is tapped, draft, blah, 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 blah. Alright, I'm probably got to deal with that. That, and as in the Birds of Paradise, right? What is this draft, actually? I feel like I'm not concerned about any of the draft things. Whatever, I'm going to take it out so it doesn't do something stupid. I can just sort of answer whatever Birds is going to cast. Oh, or not. Or not. They could cast this anyways, though. I take it they mill themselves, right? Yep. So... Skrelv. Swing it, Jace. Countering Tasigur is pretty lame. Alright, well, I guess I'm not countering Tasigur. How do you not take the counterspell? It's pretty easy. Just take the counterspell. Come on, opponent. There you go. What? Is this the part where they just have perfect mana for Eldritch Evolution and then the game is over? Oh, apparently not. But they left up Birds of Paradise. I wonder why. I need more blue in some form of red, so... Another land is probably not what we are able to keep here. Okay, never mind. Heliod's Punishment? And just pass? Alright, Graveyard Hate is obviously horrendous against us. Or bad to see, I mean. Well, these do kind of protect each other, so... Though that isn't really doing much for me. I can cast my commander, but again, there's nothing to do with it. It would be extremely difficult to deal with outside of a counterspell, though. So maybe it's worth casting? I don't lose the game if they have a counterspell. Yeah, I wouldn't say I lose the game if they have a counterspell, so that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but I don't lose the game, so... Well, that... I guess it sort of works. I don't think I want to redraw this, do I? My opponent can mill it with Jace anyways, so... Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna... Surprised they're not drawing 2 cards a turn with this Jace. That seems like it is a vastly superior idea here. My opponent has had literally just the best cards ever. Okay, well, guess we were just never going to win anyways. Tamiyo actually flips here as well, if my opponent chooses to flip it. How do you not swing with Subtlety? In what world does it... Why would you not swing with this? I don't really like Tamiyo in our deck because we kind of eat the cards out of our graveyard. But it's still just like an extremely stupid one. I mean, I can't play it. It's got green in it. But... Nothing here really matters. I can hit Tamiyo for 1. So... Oh, no, I can't. It's not guaranteed, I should say. But if they spend... cash in the Tamiyo, this is probably okay. I also, at this point now, just lose to another counterspell, I think. So. Could beat the first one, though. Alright, Supreme Will. Shoot. 3 blind mice? Does that... Alright, whatever. Why not? We're doing it. Oh boy. Oh, come on. Come on, no way. No way you have a removal spell. Okay, sure. Looks like they're probably looking for one. Okay, well, it looks like they didn't get it. Got the name Blue here. I might actually have a decent turn next turn as well. so I want to reprobate the subtlety, get protection from green, and then hit Jace for 3? That's kind of ugly. I could reprobate Tasigur so it can never do anything, but for the most part, Tasigur isn't doing anything anyways. I think I'm always casting this. So maybe I'm not reprobating? What if I just swing? What if I just simply attack? I could swing with the Goblin token, because it's not doing anything, but that's not necessary this turn. That's not necessary. Yeah, let's just go here. I'm in some way hoping my opponent blocks this, which is why I'm not gonna do anything. Alright, not blocking is interesting. And we pass. Tasigur is not really doing anything here, except being like a rather large mana sink that probably doesn't really accomplish much. But our graveyard is pretty well handled. I'm going to pay life to protect myself from Jace's plus. Interesting game so far. Sure. Really? Nothing? Wow. That's kind of nuts, isn't it? Teferi's really good, but it's also really slow and takes up all my mana. Okay, so we're gonna send it into one of these planeswalkers, but I don't want to commit so much that like I lose the game if it doesn't work, so let's just do these two. I don't know if I want the treasure token. It's probably worth it to cash this in, though. Let's go at Jace. Yeah, it's probably worth it to cash this in for a treasure token. I have another one. It's not like it's gone. So they do block with subtlety. That's out of the way. We can play this. It's not super amazing to fight over. Yes, it is. Okay. Yes, it is. Give our opponent Cling to Dust, right? Because that's just funny. They do it again. Sure. Give our opponent Deathrite Shaman. There you go. By all means. Sure. I think my Planeswalker does outclass theirs, but theirs have incurred a lot of value, so it'll take some time to catch back up. I'm not minusing on Tasigur. I'm just untapping and creating mana here. I could stop Tasigur, but it's such a mana investment, I don't even think my opponent's going to use it. Like, I'm just not concerned with Tasigur. Non-token creature of their choice. Of the next end step. Alright, so there's no reason to do this. Alright, Reflection. You are dead. Vendilion Click. I feel as though I don't care about this. But I'd rather hide my hand. Okay, let's pay white mana because we can't use this anyways. We gotta name blue again, so they can't plus the Jace. They can pick up the Sheoldred's Edict, which I'm sure they will. And then we lose the Shiko. Oh, right. I have a Teferi. My bad. Right. I have a Teferi. That is right. Probably a good idea to kill that if I were my opponent, so. Good idea. Opponent was wiser than I. So we're going to remove the blocker, and we're going to kill the Jace. I'm not going to copy the treasure token, I'm just going to do this. I probably could just put this on red and not feel bad. I don't think I need more white mana. And we definitely want to kill one of their planeswalkers, so let's do that now. Let's kill... I really think I want to kill Jace so I can't draw. Tamiyo dies next turn. This wouldn't die next turn. Yeah, we just want to take this out. And I could reprobate here, and probably just should at this point, because we're like sort of equal in value, and it's probably right to stop any kind of card value, even if it's not extremely good card value. It's still just slow, grindy value that could be a problem. Opponent is chock full of graveyard hate, which incidentally is unfortunate for us. So at this point we can swing. I mean, opponent doesn't have that much sitting across the board from me. This only buffs tokens? No, creatures you control, so everything gets pretty threatening here. No, there's no combo, yeah. It doesn't do anything after the first time it enters, which is why it's not really that great, honestly, but that's okay. Not every commander has to be great. And hey, I mean, he gets to play a game like this instead. This is good. What did they exile? I wasn't looking. Does it matter? I don't think it matters. I'm never gonna get any card with my commander anyways, so it doesn't matter what my opponent takes. Alright, so we do get to kill Tamiyo. Not the best card to find. I will not let them... Oh, maybe I should let them kill Tasigur. Maybe that's just okay. I think that's just okay. We're gonna send No, we're gonna send that there and these here. I'm not really concerned about them recasting Tasigur and exiling their graveyard. The treasure tokens let me get Shiko back, so... They didn't block the 1-2 for free with their Deathrite Shaman. They could have just done that. It's interesting. My Discord blooped. I don't know when that happened. Whoops. Well, I mean, we are building around it. Most of the deck is built around Chico. Like, the vast majority of it. You can't just play, like, infinite flicker cards because you're not accomplishing anything with the flicker cards. Like, you have to actually play cards that don't care about your commander as well. You are a Jeskai deck. Not every card can just perfectly synergize. And there's plenty of cards in my deck that do. I think my opponent is still winning. They're just drawing more cards than me. Yeah, it's not just Displacer Kitten. No, there's a bunch of other cards. In this matchup, I don't want to draw them because my opponent's exiling my graveyard, so I would it would be like a dead draw if I had Displacer Kitten right now. I don't want to draw it anyways. There's 6 cards in the... I mean, they could recast Tasigur so easy. I mean, this deck does not struggle with spam casting it. I don't even know if I want to exile... I don't know if this is ever going to get better. They can recast their commander. I don't know. I'm just going to send it. I'm just going to send it. They don't even have a reason to fight over it. They can just cast it again. But they do fight over it. Wow. I am not going to redraw that counterspell. I don't think I'm going to redraw it. I'm going to just get rid of it. I don't think a counterspell is ideal. I don't know if I could really... I don't know. It's worse than an average draw. I'll say that. Tome of the Infinite can scam us into this game here. Or out of it, however you term it. Alright, looks like there's a counterspell though, so never mind. Looks like I did keep something worth countering. Tasigur, as it stands, is like a 5-mana draw one with this Cling to Dust. I draw literally nothing, of course. Alright, well, we're going to quickly lose. And by quickly, I mean extremely fast. Could just give him cut down. It's not doing anything. It kills my tokens, but my tokens don't do anything. Same with Fatal Push and whatnot. Yeah, they can take these. They can take these. Killing my tokens doesn't matter. Alright, they have a bunch of removal spells. But that is subject to change. Yeah, I have Discord running because, who knows? Extremity might scream at me. Probably not, but you never know. Well, alright. Gamble is interesting. I can't really cast it when I only have one card unless I get a flashback card or something. I have no idea what I would even gamble here. I really don't even know. Teleportation Circle? House Meld? Probably House Meld. It's a good 50-50. The One Ring's also a really good 50-50. I really don't know. I actually don't know. I mean, if we're going to take a random 50-50, it's probably going to be this one. Oh, yeah. God forbid. God forbid I get that right. Silly me. Thinking I could get cards. Silly me, chat. The audacity. Imagine actually getting cards. That was probably the game. Just losing a coin flip with Gamble. I think that just completely ended the game on the spot. Could have made it a better... No. No. It's just ridiculous. Lose a 50-50. I don't want to keep going anymore. So you play the game this long and then just lose to a coin flip? I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They have no more lands to fetch? Excuse me. No basic swamps, really? That's weird. Okay, I don't know why we had to think about that for more than 2 seconds. Fascinating rocket science. Lost a 50-50, lost the game. Cool. Literally went up to a 50-50 after 20 minutes, and then lost. Because I lost a coin flip. One ring would have been completely insane there. I really think so. Add the dang it! Oh, I beat you. Dang it. Ah! Ah! Psychic damage. That was too fast. We'll get it next time. We'll get it next time. Alright, well, we're in this world where this card exists again, so that's cool. Let's get a red-white triome? I mean, this thing, right? Yeah. No more mana drain, but it's fine. Never mind, we found mana drain again. Another card. That's Graveyard Hate. Whoop-de-doo. I can just deal with it. I don't think I'm going to deal with it, though. I don't think I'm going to deal with it. I could cast Phantasmal Image, but I don't really want to. Okay, chat, what is my opponent playing? What is happening? Do I want another blue? No, I think I want a white. I'm rather confused. Also, this is a Narset deck. You can't mill me with the Realm Breaker. I don't even know why they let that resolve, or like, fight it. It just doesn't do anything. Okay, well, I'm gonna play out my commander, because this is probably a really good spot for it. There's nothing to exile, though, right? No. We'll just do this for the sake of it. Okay, we're up against Narset. I didn't mentally register that. It is weird mana drain's not a game changer. Multiplayer is a little bit different, though. If Sol Ring is not a game changer... Voice is gone. If Sol Ring is not a game changer, I don't really care about mana drain in 4-player EDH. I really don't. But if 1v1, it's just completely egregious to me. Just insanely, it's just baffling. Return target creature opponent controls his own hand. I'm gonna make you do that twice. Gonna do this, I guess. Okay. Things have happened. I could have just recast it as well. That was weird. That was a weird sequence there. You have a third bounce spell? I kind of doubt it. I really don't like Sol Ring as a card. I think Sol Ring shouldn't belong in any 4-player singleton deck where you just like get you're just 2 turns ahead, turn 1. Like, why? I don't run Sol Ring in my commander decks, but that's out of spite. I just don't do it. I feel like I'm not concerned with Narset. There's a whole boatload of dirtling coming from the opponent's side this game. Whole boatload of dirtling. Do I cast my commander again? I don't think so. I think this is slightly better here. My opponent just passed the turn, like, extremely quickly. That's funny. So what's not good? Image, protection. Yeah, these two don't look too... Well, actually, image, no. Nope. I like Skrill. We're going to swing with a treasure here. Or at least try to. Alright, it worked. I feel like Narset needs a card draw engine, and it doesn't currently have one, so I'm curious what my opponent's long-term plan is. I'm gonna make this uncounterable because it seems like it's really good here. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna wipe out the Ghost Vacuum, because it's probably the only thing that impacts my graveyard. And they don't want to Realm Breaker me because I get cards out of that deal. Like, they fill my graveyard with stuff. It's probably not a good idea. Okay. They really wanted that Ghost Vacuum. They really wanted Ghost Vacuum. That is funny. They really wanted Ghost Vacuum. It makes sense, but it's all of my opponent's resources in a mono blue deck to do that. So, I don't think my opponent's going to win this game with what's happening right now. Outside of profoundly good cards that they might draw or something. Alright, well, they can activate their Hall of the Storm Giants. I do not care. I don't even hesitate. Let's make our commander uncounterable and simply cast it. There's no reason to exile this opponent. You don't have to do that. Okay, they did. You got it. I really don't like the Realm Breaker idea here. It's very, very risky to mill me. It's worked out, though. I mean, perfect 2 lands and 1 thing for the vacuum. That is, like, the perfect outcome. They had the counterspell. We could have actually paid 3. We could have paid 3. We just tapped 2 instead, so I guess we saved ourselves a treasure token. Yeah, this is not a long-term successful strategy out of the opponent here. It's you need to draw cards somehow. I'm not going to swing with that. Alright, you need... I don't even know what. Was River's Rebuke cast this game? It was. Okay. Alright, so they can create their own Monastery Mentor, I guess. I don't even have to bounce this. Like, there's... I don't have to bounce this. I can probably threaten the bounce. When can you flip this? At sorcery speed? At sorcery speed? Alright, I mean... They're not doing anything. Why do I care about this? I don't care about this. No, I don't care about this. I have an onboard answer anyways. I don't have to do anything. Alright, I mean... What do you got? You need it, like, right now. Okay, yep. I'm not sure what Narset's really trying to do as a commander here. That, like, Fibblethip, maybe not Baral, because it's like bracket 65, but Fibblethip seems a bit more ideal in this kind of matchup. Also, Ghost Vacuum is just weird in mono blue counterspell spammy stuff. It's just very strange to me. You're never gonna find a window to pay 6. At least I don't imagine you are. Even if you are, it's just kind of weird, especially like Ketramels all over the place and whatnot. And yeah, I don't even think I need it. This village to beat this opponent. That's just sticking to the board against a spell-based deck that doesn't really deal with the board is a nightmare for that deck, so cool. Vixen. Oh yes, the Triome. Alright, actual Triome. Let's do things the right way, shall we? Boop. Probably take out Plains, that's fine. And what's the card that we were thinking about? What was the card we were thinking? What was the card I was thinking about? Who was reading my mind? Who was reading my mind? I could take out Gamble so it doesn't make me furious again. Nah. Unsubstantiated. No, it stays. What's another good card that's not in here? Surely there's a card that's, like, good. I don't know. Flickering this hasn't mattered that much. Are there any bad flicker spells currently? Maybe Momentary Blink is weird, because it costs 2, and then it costs 4. Maybe this one's weird. I already have a bunch, and this is like a... I think I have enough in my deck. I'd rather have an impactful spell in my deck. Like, just another really good thing to actually play and cast and stuff. Also, this stays in play, unlike Lightning Strike. So Lightning Strike's probably better. This also can't hit Planeswalkers. I know it goes on to my commander, but Lightning Strike's probably better because of this, like, specifically. So I'm not going to run Lightning Strike, if anyone's curious. We could run Lightning Helix. Justice Strike is interesting. Sort of. Not that interesting. More really good Planeswalkers. Actually, what do we have for Planeswalkers? What do we have? There's the red-blue one, that weird one. The Royal Scions. The loot is actually relevant. The plus... both pluses are relevant. And then the minuses, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I actually liked it a lot. Okay. I really think we gotta stick to the 3 stuff. Basri Ket's interesting. Narset is maybe a little awkward to have die. But when it does, I can get another one. I don't know if that's... Is that amazing? It's not amazing. It's not bad. Narset is fine. Narset is perfectly fine. I decided to run it. Okay. Alright, I like that. What else? Phantasmal Image, what is it doing? We haven't copied anything serious out of any opponent. Felia is also maybe weird. There's probably a lot of board states it can't actually attack. There's not too much to flicker with it. Maybe Felia doesn't make sense. I'm okay with another, like, seriously scary spell instead of Felia. What's like a what's a 6+ spell that would make sense? Lorien Reveal. No, it doesn't. I can't Shiko it. Well, I can't Shiko any of these. What am I talking about? That doesn't matter. Expropriate is... We're never really casting this, are we? One of these is maybe okay. I could probably get away with a Delve card here. Probably. How does it work with these? The mana value is combined when it is anywhere except on the stack. So I don't think that works. As far as I'm to understand. Memory Deluge is just a good card in general. It's been a while since I've cast it. I don't know if it's better than Treasure Cruise in this deck specifically. I really think I can get away with exiling some cards out of my graveyard for some kind of card like that. Yeah, we're going to try Treasure Cruise. I think the occasional Ancestral Recall is just too good to pass up. Do we have River's Rebuke in here? I don't think I actually do. I have Cyclonic Rift, though. Oh, this is the new Daretti. Right? Greatest mana value. Enters or attacks. So yeah, reanimate artifacts. Probably a decent hand, we'll see. Ooh, opponent's playing lightning fast, alright. Oh, we want it Stifle. We want it Stifle. Soul Herder probably will be good in this matchup at some point. And I think I'm willing to cast it right now. Seems fine to me. I don't like shocking myself, but Soul Herder is just a thing that my opponent would do well to deal with, so... Forced to deal with it. Fascinating. I'm gonna copy their piggy bank here. Uh-oh, we got him thinking. We got him thinking. I played the wrong land if I wanted to cast my commander next turn, but I'm not sure I want to. Ujin's Labyrinth, but it didn't do anything. Okay. Sure. So they can cast Daretti and flip the piggy bank with Chainsaw? Does that even make sense here? I feel like that doesn't make sense. Okay, opponent doesn't do it. Discard and draw 2. Alright, sure. Cool to see what this commander ends up doing. Alright. Yeah, it's got stuff. Things are happening. Opponent's got stuff going on. So, Brainstorm, Surveil away the worst card of the bunch, which is probably Ossification? No, it's definitely just one of these lands, so top like that. Get rid of the land. And unfortunately, I have to let Daretti not resolve, because I can't Hell Smelt it and then proceed to... Well, I mean, is this a problem? I think it is. I think it is. Winter Moon. Okay, sure. Big score? Do I counter this? Unfortunately, I think I do. How do I deal with Winter Moon, though? No, I can't counter it. I can't deal with Winter Moon. That gets rid of the ossification, and I am totally fine with that. I'm probably going to have to bounce this Winter Moon, I think, which is kind of really bad for me. Yeah, well, I gotta bounce it if I want to play more of this game, so... And I'm not going to spend the treasure token... Actually, yes I am. Maybe mana efficient here. Let's get rid of Supreme Will. It's not looking too useful. Alright, Soul Herder first. And then more stuff later. Brainstorm or Phantasmal Image? Probably just this. Flame of Elnor is pretty good. I lose all my mana here. But, I get some of it back later, maybe? This only gets a Gear Hulk, but it doesn't have haste or anything. I'm probably going to have to let him draw 3, which is the ugly part of this. Okay, sure. It's not what I expected. But it does work. I drew a land. Can I swing? I have to. Alright, yeah, I think Winter Moon just got us. Yep. We lost to Winter Moon. Alright. Kind of surprised, actually. I feel like most of the... If it wasn't for Winter Moon, I think we just win instantly. It's a really, really good matchup. Most mono red strategies are gonna kind of struggle against what we're doing, but I just got hit by Winter Moon. That's why you play it, though. That is why you play that card. Supreme... Well, guess this game is over before it started. Cool. Oh, look. Wouldn't that have been great? was about to say, I'd be surprised I didn't. Surprised I didn't counter it? Counter what? I couldn't have countered this. How could I have countered this? There was no countering this, right? Not as far as I'm to understand. Of course, right? Of course, of course, of course. Oh, counter the Winter Moon. No, I couldn't have. They had a bunch of treasure tokens. They had a bunch of treasure tokens, and I just couldn't do that. Right. Oh, shoot. I tapped both my blue. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, well, this is the same thing last time. Opponent just gets an early, perfect Tamiyo, so whatever. Tamiyo yet again. That's your average brawl experience there. Game decided by turn 3. We keep drawing the same half of our deck. But at least it's a solid half of the deck. So we can't be upset. No, we can still be upset. We can still be upset. I wonder if this is a turn 1 gamble hand. Maybe. What did I discard? Okay. You're bad, you're half asleep. The old Sultai Jeskai 20-minute control matchup puts you to bed. Oh, opponent. Oh no, was that the most crucial thing you could have done? Oh no. Oh no, I 3-for-1 myself. What's wrong? It's still that good? 3-for-1ing myself and you can see it? Oh my goodness. There's 3 minutes, chat. We can do it. It'd actually take more than 3 minutes to put a deck together, actually. It's too late. Alright, it's the Sultai Jeskai control matchup again, except it's Nashi. Alright, Esper Sentinel, I'm gonna really need you to cook in this kitchen. That's what we need. I really need you to do that. At least replace yourself. You could at least replace yourself. I really think I want Stifle. The more I play, the more I want it. Yeah, we're gonna run Stifle Tails in. We could probably take out these Frogify stuff they used as well. I think that would probably be okay. Ooh, I shouldn't have fetched here. It was a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done this. I should have waited. Oh well. Because I could have represented something, and it might have mattered. I don't think it's going to change my opponent's plan here, but there's a good chance it's on the table that their idea is different now because I did that. Probably not, though. Shoot. Yeah, it was just a really bad idea. Wow. Really bad idea. Okay, wait, maybe not. Draw 2. Okay, I'm not terribly concerned with that card. Not really concerned with that one. Let's play this. I'm gonna let my opponent most likely pass because it has flash and people just have flash brain, but we'll see. They do! Flash brain confirmed. I'm not going to swing with the Esper Sentinel. Yes, I am. Looks like they have Pact of Negation. I don't think it's Subtlety. Yeah, I think it's Pact of Negation. Okay. Let's play this. Yep, they got Pact of Negation, which means it's online next turn. We're going to choose 4, right? Yep, I'm not going to choose 0. I can't choose 0. It's 1 in 20, right? Yeah. So whenever they cast their commander, if this is still in play, I guess, that would mean I have at least a 2-mana counterspell in my graveyard to, like, flashback with it. There's nothing to do with my commander this turn cycle. I don't think I'm playing my commander. Am I? Can I? Should I? I don't think so. It's not like I'm doing anything, though. It's full stop, not like I'm doing anything anyways. My opponent doesn't cast their commander, I don't get to do anything, so I'm just gonna cast it. I will put it to the command zone, because, yeah. Man, just not done casting cards. Oh boy. Okay, so they take a lot of damage here. Potentially. How is this tapped? I don't have a mountain. I see. I'm still playing it, right? No, we're going to play Displacer Kitten. We're going to play Displacer Kitten. Yeah. So, Nashi does give me a counterspell still. Okay, or I just lose the game. Yep, guess I just lose the game and nothing matters. Fun. Make them show me, I guess. If I had a counterspell off the top, I would have won. Though my opponent just has perfect information, so. I don't give him the extra turn? I don't give him the bounce spell? And then they have an extra turn, draw 2 cards. Nashi's 4. Okay. I think I'm just forced to do this so my opponent can't deal with my board that I basically have to, like, untap with to win the game, so we're just gonna see what happens here. Of course, they had a sweeper anyways. Excellent. None of this does anything? I don't think. Think that's game? Is that game? Pretty sure. I don't think I get another turn. Ugh, jeez. Yeah, that was just game. I mean, I lost at the Emergent Ultimatum, unless my opponent made some kind of mistake, which they clearly didn't. They also just had Damnation. If it wasn't for the Damnation, I guess I was fine. Everything is just so perfect for every Sultai opponent so far. So perfect. Oh great, now we're stuck in a stupid Q thing. We're also stuck with spells that are like 3 and under, and the other decks are not. So they can play like stupid busted cards, and they just don't work with our commander really at all. I guess I'm not upset I'm playing dodging this matchup. No, I think Ujin's fine. I'd be willing to play that matchup. Also, I forgot. I actually want to run Tails End Stifle. Wait, Tails End was already in here? Really? I don't recall putting it in. Okay. I do not recall that. Well, I guess it opens up a card slot for fancy random mythic that I might bump into. What about Rhystic Study? I feel like Rhystic Study is somewhat annoying, but it also isn't that annoying. I think it's worth it to try. I really do. It is something I can recur as well if it becomes Dedge. Gamble's the other card we could take out. Yeah, Rhystic Study can be good. It can be. There's a lot of games I play where it isn't super good, though. Like, there's just so many games where it's just kind of disappointing. Are we a Mox Amber deck? I mean, no, not really, right? We're not going heavy, and we don't have a cheap... Yeah, no, this is not working. Chrome Mox could work, but it all... I'm not trying to blitz out anything. I'm really not trying to blitz anything out. Random Giant Eldrazi for those kinds of games. Draco Genesis, so our commander can't die. Every time I play Rhystic Study, it doesn't do anything. There's a ton of games where it does not do anything. I will say that with confidence. Opponent will never have a problem paying an extra one in a lot of games. Another decent aura would maybe work, because when this gets enchanted, I can, or like if it dies, I can just recur the aura that I had on it from the graveyard. So are there any good auras? We already have like the best one. Are there any better ones? This is funny to recur. It draws maybe 2, it taxes twice, maybe, sort of. It's not a bad idea. It's a good early play as well. Yeah, I kind of like Curse of Silence here, I think. I wasn't on it initially, but maybe I'm coming around to it. Unless I think of something better. Lifelink doesn't matter. Good thing we didn't run any sweepers, because those definitely have not done anything. Curiosity is not bad either. Again, I can just do it twice, right? I get 2 shots at it actually, like, sticking. Alright. Not feeling any. I added 2 cards? I thought I added 1. Add Black Lotus? No, I don't like Oracle of the Alpha. I definitely don't like Oracle of the Alpha. Oracle of the Alpha. Words are hard. Selfless Savior? Again, I think the flicker effects haven't really come to fruition. I could probably take out Teleportation Circle. I'll keep Thassa, but they just haven't done anything. I could probably take even more out, but no, we'll keep the ones that are in here. The flicker side of it is just ugly. Well, it's felt ugly, which is not really a surprise, right? That is definitely, of the 2 big things going on, the one that's not doing too much for us. It's the one that requires, like, actual setup and only starts to matter beyond, like, turn 5, right? So it's not a surprise it's not working out. The rest of the deck is, though. Alright, we got Shelter, we got Gamble, so we have a chance here to get really upset. Always love to see it. Do I like this hand, though, actually? Ooh, maybe I don't even like the hand anyways. Alright. We're gonna try it. Alright, my hand got a lot better. My hand got, like, borderline game-endingly good. Okay. Unfortunately, that might actually be what's happening here. Nope, they didn't concede. Alright. We have a game. Always play the flip lands last. I think I will gamble. Get a decent 3. We could just save up for Teferi. And this is funny. Alright, why not? Why not? Why not just play Rhystic Study next turn? It's only really good early, so... Or, you know, the longer the game goes on, the worse it is, I mean. That is not at all what I expected my opponent to cast. That's pretty cool. I think I have enough blue. Let's go to white. This is just the blue Phyrexian arena. Let's, probably want to deal with this. No, I think Rhystic Study of my own is just so good here that it's worth it. Because it's just a turn 3 Rhystic Study. That has to be worth it. I'll let them draw off their thing, and I can probably draw off of mine. Okay, well, this is just better than not Phyrexian Arena. My opponent's is just better than mine. What a surprise. I am going to brainstorm. Do we play Curse of Silence here? Maybe? Probably. Alright, well, I'm kind of out of cards. And my opponent isn't. And this Rhystic Study has been dead and useless. Ugh. Ugh. Ay, ay, ay. Does that do anything? No. No, it's not casting my commander. Well, at this point I can cast it 2 turns in a row, so... Man, you gotta love Rhystic Study. It's so good. Look how many cards it's drawn. Literally 0. Okay. Yep, you got it. Alright, well, Rhystic Study's trash. As expected. Not gonna take it out. Well, I could just run a counter spell instead. Or, like, anything ever. When did I copy spells? I feel like I did that not the past 5 games. Maybe I did. Let's take out... Izzet Charm. Cloud Shift is trash. Soul Herder's trash. Monastery Mentor is trash. All of this is trash. Still, I'll keep Thassa though. I think I'll keep Thassa. Might take it out. This is trash. Yeah, okay, so this commander just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Alright, no big deal. Just run... Actually, I'm gonna run Soul Herder still. That one's fine. We'll run that one. Just the ones that stay around forever are just fine. Well, I mean, that's a bold statement. Actually, instead of Soul Herder, we can run the Teleportation Circle. so it doesn't get hosed by everything that's killing all my stuff. So let's run teleport. Well, the past 10 games I haven't resolved my commander, so flicker spells won't exactly do anything at all. They would not have done anything in the past 4 games. So, no. Let's take out the Selfless Savior. And run... We just have to be more into the control side of things. It's not really a... It's really not an option. I wonder if we can play Pact Negation. I would say it's probably okay. Yeah, it's probably okay. I don't think I like Get Out that much. Make Disappear is weird. Malcolm actually works in this deck. Malcolm does do what we're looking to do. Actually, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Negate's probably just okay. I'm okay with 3-mana counterspells too. Ooh, Cackling Counterpart is funny, isn't it? Can copy my commander. It's a legendary though. What does that even do? Like, you can copy your commander, and then you can do it... Actually, wow, this might really be fine. It is an instant. It feels better than Soul Herder, because Soul Herder just dies every single time I play it. This can't necessarily die. Let's try that one. I'm okay with that one. What does Kaito do exactly? Makes... Creature can't draw cards, card. No, I can't blitz to the ultimate with this deck. I do like the looting effect, though. Whirlwind Denial is also maybe okay. I think a hard counter is just better. Whoop, let me do that. They don't really work with my commander, but that is okay. What's the two? Oh, a Tali Scorn. Okay, I couldn't find it. Okay, what's a good spot removal spell? Kind of have all the ones I really want. Though there are other ones that are decent. I'm on the edge about Gamble. I don't know. Is Ragavan any good? You can recur Ragavan. I don't know. Ragavan leads to, like, you know what it leads to. I don't have to talk about it. Strike It Rich is interesting. Though I'm not sure if getting a treasure token is really that exciting. Oh, what about the other treasure card that's 3 mana? What about the other? Strangle is also just good, but what's that other treasure card? It's like discard a card. I think it's an instant. Hold on. No, not big score. Oh, it's a sorcery then? Ugh. I thought it was not. The Cinder thing? Oop. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Let's try it. Because, yeah, I mean, what we're doing isn't working out too well, so I'm willing to broaden my horizons. Broaden my Modern Horizons 3. I think X and Flux should come out actually too. I didn't notice that one. This matchup it's probably what's with all the Sultai decks? Man, I think almost every opponent has been a Sultai control thing. Alright, this is probably okay. But we'll see. I am going to turn 1 Curse of Silence because I want to. Make sure I name the right card. I can flicker Solitude, but I highly doubt that that has any kind of relevance in this matchup, so... My opponent shocked themselves. What does that mean? It means cycling Wilt. Alright, my opponent's playing Wilt. Alright, they didn't hit their land drop. Do you have Tails in? Nope. Bit tragic. Land drops are the name of the game, so we're going to keep that. And we're going to play this, so I have Vitali scoring up at least. Alright, I'm not sure my opponent can come out of this. I'm not going to feed them a good mana drain. I'm just ahead by a lot. So don't think I need that. They're probably staying in the game because they have mana drain. Alright, they found a land. Let's cast Solitude, because it's not really doing anything. I'm going to do it in their main phase here. Oh, actually, there's no reason to do it in their main phase. Shoot, I should have done in combat. I should have done this in combat to play around Mana Drain. That was a mistake. Probably fine, though. Looks like it's not Mana Drain anyways. Okay. Remand. Sure. Is there a wash away? I mean, there's nothing to cast off my commander anyways, right? Yeah, there isn't. So, teleportation circle. Pass. Okay, I'm not gonna pay for Spell Pierce. That's probably okay. They can't cast their commander because Curse of Silence. I'm gonna counter that because they're mana screwed. Alright, I need them to stop having, like, answers and perfect cantrips on my end step. Gotta stop doing that. Uro. Okay. Okay, opponent. Ow. They really want it there. Uro. I can cast my commander now, and we have at least a Seek New Knowledge in the graveyard, so I guess this is okay. Opponent drew a forest for the turn, or off the Uro. Alright, this is okay. Let's get rid of the Heliod's Punishment. Am I casting Skrelv? No, that's just not a good idea. Yep. Untargetable Edict. I cannot play my commander, so play this. Because we know about a 2-mana counterspell that made our opponent refuse to scoop early. Draw 3. Let's put that on top of my opponent's deck. I wonder if I should even let it resolve next turn, because it deals damage to my opponent. Okay, they're now casting something. Sure. I draw a card off this, don't I? Yeah. How much damage does this do? 3 life? That is sketchy, but why are they not casting Uro? Okay, apparently we're doing stone cold nothing. Wow. I could cycle this land later, but probably just best to get it. It's not likely for me to cycle it anyways if I draw it. It's actually very unlikely. Sheltered by ghosts. Let's just swing for 1. Yeah. I could try to fight a counter war, but I don't like the blowback of losing it. It's pretty substantial. I'm always swinging with the Skrelv. I'm not trying to protect 2-2. I'm going to counter this and not sack my Curse of Silence. If I let Uro resolve, they gain a lot of life. So let's try to just win the game. Well, that was not Mana Drain. Narset's reversal is kind of insane. Okay. So now I just have to swords it. I can resolve my commander, actually. Hold on, maybe we're... Well... I don't know. I could put Sheltered by Ghosts on my... commander, or do I put it on the token? Let's just get rid of Uro this way. I can cast my commander. Oh, we did it. We did it, chat. Oh, we did it. What a game. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean, you can see the power of... I really think this is Mana Drain. Sitting in the game this long with 2 lands, it has to be Mana Drain. There's no other card in the game that would warrant to stay in missing lands that long, but we're not really pressuring them or punishing the not drawing lands thing. But eventually we're just going to pull ahead. And yeah, taxing the commander twice was probably a really good idea. So they couldn't do the end step Nashi with the same amount of mana twice in a row. And if we can avoid that, it forces them to kind of do something else. And yeah, nice. Still taking out Essence Flux. Still taking it out. Just leaving the deck. Back to not sure what to put in, though. I do like trying to navigate this commander, but it's just not... It's not working out too well. What's another good card? Honestly, just another counterspell is completely fine. Another counterspell is totally fine. I think my commander has enough spells that work with it already. I don't need a ton to work with it. Just like a sizable chunk. And we do have a sizable chunk, so... Basri Ket would be funny. That would be funny. There are certainly some funny cards, like beat down Jeskai creatures, but then you should just play Narset. I think Narset Prowess stuff is just way better than a 5-mana Shiko sometimes getting a 3-drop out of your graveyard. The card also has to be in your graveyard, otherwise it doesn't actually do anything. Tough. Toof. Toof, toof, toof. What about you? What about you? No. I suppose Whirlwind of Thought is rather insane. You just have to let it resolve. Like, it has to resolve in the untap. It's definitely in this deck, at least. I'd say better than Rhystic Study ever wished it could be. Yeah, why not? Yeah, sure. I mean, it's almost a perfect card. It does cost 4, but it's probably okay. Jeskai Ascendancy is also... No, that one's not really... Well, looting is alright, right? Because we can recur what we loot. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I can do better, though. We can do better than Jeskai Ascendancy. In my humble onions. Another blue-green deck. So all the games we've played have been against blue-green decks. Also, yeah, my Twitch stream did actually drop 2 hours ago. I can see the split. Ah, that's annoying. Something fishy going on with the client stuttering. The vibes, chat, the vibes. Don't you do it. Alright, well. I was hoping they would maybe end step that fetch land, but nope. Every deck except one has been blue-green. Here we go with the best possible opener on the play. Whoop-de-doo. That does not put it into play. That's a weird one, huh? It's a really weird one, actually. Okay. Okay, well, this game is probably already over. Whatever. Not really poised to beat the infinite mana. Let's do this. We can't do it for 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll do it for 5. Just do it for 5. 3 is decent. 4 is decent, but I'm just all in on a 5 here. Okay, well, if the only thing they do is mana, I guess we're happy. That's just the only thing my opponent does. I could also crack this lockbox. I'm never doing 8. I'm just not ever doing 8 here. I'm also not going to stifle this fetch land. Also not going to stifle it. Though, it would not have been wrong. Okay, they just windmill slam their commander, sure. I didn't expect that. They could have cast it anyways off this, so. This is Ward 2, so I can't do this. I could do this on next turn. We're gonna pass. We're gonna pass and see what happens. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. Now I basically have to deal with this. Ancient Copper Dragon as a Hell-Smelded critter is not really that exciting. Okay, they can just give it haste now. So I guess the game just ended on the spot if my opponent rolls high with the d20. Opponent rolls 17. Of course they do. Nope. When I hit my opponent with it, it rolls a 3. When my opponent hits me with it, it rolls a 17. Wow. Of course. Literally rolls a 17. Fascinating. I could have just conceded there to the turn 1 mana ramp. Could have just conceded. Obviously, we're not that kind of deck that can beat anything like that. So let's get the 1 mountain. Bloop. I'm gonna play this tapped. Ooh, yeah. I'll always play the flip lands last. What does this flip into? 3-4. Reveal the hand. Wow, they just send it? Okay, so I lose what, Narset? This is weird. This is really weird. I don't know if I've ever seen this. Is it any card? Non-land. Okay, they actually do take Narset. Interesting. Hmm. A fellow Liliana enjoyer, yep. Let's get rid of you and probably Cackling, I'd say. Alright, that was a pretty good draw, I'd say. Being able to swing with this is like a diamond in the rough. It's kind of hard to do that, so that's pretty cool. There's no enchantment removal in black. I mean, there is, but it's not very common and even less commonly played. Opponent does... They do know about castable counterspells. Okay. Knight's Whisper. I'm not going to do anything about that. You got it. Inquisition. Alright. Let's yeet this out there. And let that resolve. I mean, my whole hand is redundant. Probably take the 3-mana card, which is kind of funny. But, yeah. They do take the 3-mana card. So their commander is probably never resolving. Probably. I can't picture what I would discard to Malcolm here. I don't think Esper Sentinel's doing anything. Let's be realistic about it. It's not doing anything. Here comes a myriad of bait spells, I bet. Enters, target opponent discards a card. Alright, I will actually counter that. I will actually counter that. Do I make a... Wait, what? Oh, sure. Well, Tail's End exists. They can make me discard it. So I guess I won't let them do that. Is there anything to cast out of my graveyard? I can Cackling here. And then what? Yeah, no, that's actually fine. Let's just do this. I think this is fine. I like this. Justify my cards a little. Malcolm is interesting too. No, we're just going to Cackling. We're just going to Cackling this token. I could Cackling my commander, but it's a legendary. It's not. I'm sure there is a card that does... Yeah, we're swinging all out. Does feel good here that would copy this as a non-legendary, but eh. Okay, well, my opponent's other card was just a 7-mana nuclear bomb. No idea what you do here. You have to deal with Shiko with something, I think. That is not what I expected. I will not Tail's End the Teferi trigger. That's probably not a good idea. Oh, where were you last turn? Okay, so let's play this. I want to make it hasting. Yeah, we're going to do this here. It's not lethal, so like this and here, because I don't really care about Ujin's minus nearly as much as other cards. I also drew a really good card, so... Well, I mean, there's a ton of this effect in my deck, so... Alright. We have a whole bunch of treasure tokens. Isn't it lovely? Opponent doesn't even try to minus on my commander. I think I would. That's interesting. Do I counter this? I feel like it's wrong. But then you investigate, so it just replaces itself. Yeah, I'm just going to counter this. I could have tails ended the trigger, but this is just better. I don't like my opponent having perfect information, though. Alright, looks like it was going to get dealt with anyways. I don't think this matters. No, it doesn't. Why am I worried? Of course, I draw stone cold nothing. So, copy this. Here. Ugh. Ay, ay, ay. Wait a minute. They minused it. Why did you do that? Shouldn't you plus? I'm confused now. Okay. Well, I drew this card, so that's pretty exciting. Possibly. So, what is Lightning Bolt doing? Killing one of their planeswalkers? Which one do we kill? Probably Ujin, because that one doesn't come back. Draw literally nothing again, of course. Copy of Mouse Token. Do I play the land? I think I literally have to play the land. Alright. And there's nothing else to do. Alright. Okay, Whirlwind. Literally anything that's not a land. So, like, 85% of my deck. There's no reason to copy a Mouse Token. It dies before it gets to my turn. Letting them recast Professor Onyx is probably bad. Okay, well they just dealt 1 damage to themselves. Maybe not the best idea in this exact spot, but we'll see. We shall see. Oh look, I was gonna draw... Well, I shuffled, but... Oh look, I drew a land. Isn't that exciting, chat? Isn't that just exactly what happens when you cast Whirlwind of Thought? You just draw only lands? So it's not a 2-turn clock because they have 2 blockers. If I kill their commander, they can recast it, and that doesn't really feel appealing to me. I also don't want them to get this card. Everything's just bad. Everything's just absolutely atrocious here. Everything's atrocious. I just gotta kill this. Let's not even think about it. Of course I draw land. Of course I draw land. Of course, of course, of course. I mean, we are on the cusp of going crazy with our stuff here. Do I have another Surveil land? I do. Oh, do I have one that I can find? This is blue? I do? Okay. I probably would have swung with the 2-2, actually. If I were my opponent. I was actually going to draw a land, too. That's funny. Teleportation circle. What's in the graveyard? Okay. I'm swinging at my opponent's face here. For sure. I'm gonna go straight to combat. Of course. Of course, of course. Oh look, a land. Wow. No way. Imagine drawing lands. Perfect deal on top of everything. Let's find out. Draw 3? No way. And then the thing that exiles, that's not going to matter. Alright, it wasn't the perfect deal, but it was still a draw 3, which is probably just lights out. What is Swords doing? I don't know, it's a redraw. I do not have a wizard. I guess I'm just drawing 2. So that doesn't happen. Okay, well, their commander's about to ultimate, but I don't know. Maybe something weird happens. I can't survive long enough for them to deck out, but that would be kind of crazy. I would have just snapped a second deal basically instantly there. Kind of surprised. Now we're discarding anyways, so let's just discard now. But yeah, they're definitely not going to die of damage. I could target them for a surprise, like, what is that, 4, 5, 6? That's just ridiculous. Okay, well, there goes Whirlwind of Thought. I don't think the One Ring is going to help me. A Liliana deck playing Ulamog. That's kind of weird. We draw a land again. No way. So is this target? No, it's each opponent. And I have no answer to it, so let's just try to find the thing. Cyclonic Rift. Well, that does technically keep me alive for a turn, but I don't really know what the long-term game plan is. But I guess it does keep me alive for a turn. Let's play Skyclave Apparition. For no reason, exiling this thing. I don't think Davriel or Liliana matter. In fact, I kind of want them to draw off Davriel, so that's like my only chance. We're going to get hit for 20 cards out of graveyard, or out of library. I don't think we're ever getting our opponent to deck out here. Draw 3. Come on. You know you want to. It would be great. Maybe the best thing you could do. No. No luck. $26. Massacre Worm? What does that do? It just deals irrelevant damage to me. My board state didn't matter anyways. I mean, this is my last turn regardless. I'm not sure there's any card I could draw here that makes my opponent mill out for 20. It doesn't even have to be 20. 23? Yeah, it's not happening. Okay, wait. They drew more, so they're at 20. Then on their upkeep, it's another... Oh, it's so close. Oh, but it's actually pretty close. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty close. Okay, Gamble? I don't know what Gamble's gonna do. Can I target my opponent with anything? No, I don't even have a way to make them draw. I don't have River's Rebuke anymore. No. There's nothing. Alright, there's nothing, right? Is there any way to stay alive? No. Alright. Dang it. Dang it. That would have been so funny if they milled out. That would have been funny. Yep. Alright, we just fell behind. I mean, we really, really fell behind. I don't know if there's anything I could have done really differently. No, not really. No. There wasn't that much I could have done differently, except the counter exchange between their... No, it didn't matter, because they had Grief. Yeah, okay, there was nothing I could have done. Yeah, this commander's really just not good. This commander's just really bad. Which probably means I'm going to get a bunch of YouTube comments saying how I played it wrong or something. Like, oh, you should have played all these, like... bajillion cards that are good when it's in play and you have cards in your graveyard, which is 1 out of every 10 games. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. But that's alright. Not all of them have to work. Alright, we can keep this because of Brainstorm. There was one game where maybe stifling my opponent's land could have kept us in that one game. So I will admit that may have been a game that could have turned out different. Speaking of turned out different, if we're kind of doing the same thing here, opponents just has a better edge because they have a better commander. This is the commander where you really want like one of 4 or 5 cards that exist in the game, and the rest of them don't care about your commander. Solar Transformer. Alright, I wouldn't counter that anyways. I'm gonna Brainstorm right now. Get rid of that and that. Blue, red, white, anything. Let's get blue. Do I have Faithless Looting? Probably. I do actually like Skrelv here, though. Yeah, let's not Faithless Looting. Let's just not do that. I like my whole hand, except, I mean, Skrelv and this land were the two, but I mean, I need to play the land, so... Might just not cast this. That's fine. It's not, like, the worst thing that could be a thing with stuff. We cannot play this. It'll shuffle away my graveyard. And here's the serious downside of it costing 4. I mean, excuse me, 5. Yeah, we swing. Alright, we're gonna Faithless Looting. I don't really like getting rid of Swords to Plowshares here. But it has to be the worst of the bunch. Yeah. It just has to be. So we can blow this up. I cannot imagine my opponent just windmill slams. Whoa! They did. Chat, they did. Okay. Okay, they thought about it for about 30 seconds. Interesting. I mean, nah. Cavern is interesting as well. I guess so? What are we doing? Not really. I mean, we get a spell even if it dies. We do get something, so I might as well cast it. And Tail's End, Brainstorm. Well, Tail's End doesn't do anything. Yeah, just Brainstorm. Why not? At least draws 1 card, right? Okay. Suppose that was... This might be better than I gave it credit for that turn cycle. Could explain why they thought so much. They're like, do we fight? Do we fight back? And then I just sort of blew out the fight back on my turn idea. Alright, we don't want to draw this, so... Marsh Flats. We don't have to worry about the Midnight Clock. At least not yet. I mean, my opponent has 5 cards in their hand, so it's not like it's flipping into insane advantage. Make a 1-1. Do it. Make a 1-1. Yeah, they did it. They saw it. I will now do nothing about that. I could have just punished that, but it seems kind of weird. Seems kind of weird. Okay, well. So, treasure, shatter. So treasure. I could also blow up. I mean, no, we're just blowing this up. I don't even know if you fight over this. Is this worth it? Okay, in some way, apparently it is. My opponent has 6 cards in their hand. I'm so just not concerned with this thing. Yeah, we're just gonna get a... We're not gonna cast it again. No. Like, you flipping away 6 cards is such a not big deal to me. Right? It's just so slow to do that. Like, mulligan your whole hand and lose your mana rock. Just doesn't seem like a good idea. Alright, they drew that land for the turn. I will... again, they're going to get rid of their graveyard. It's just a Surveil one a turn. Not really worth picking a fight over, in my opinion. So, alright, let's draw 2 at this point and shatter. Not worth fighting over. Probably worth fighting over. Okay. You have 3 counter spells? Jeez. Okay, well, you got it. That was unexpected. That was also unexpected. Let's actually swing first. What does this do, though? It does a whole bunch of stuff, so it actually worked out. Alright. I guess sheltered by ghosts? Just for the sake of ward here? And then just stop. Get rid of this so they can't bend the counterspell, which hopefully is just dead. Okay, calm down there. Calm down there, game. Am I playing a land? Yeah, most assuredly. Alright, well, that was pretty good. Okay, this is probably just a chump blocker, which it actually can't even block if I don't want it to. Okay, now it just literally can't block. Ooh, I flickered away my... Whoops. I flickered away my token version of the enchantment. My bad. Probably doesn't in any way matter, but it is funny. Alright, do we lose to Farewell? Haven't seen Farewell yet. Surely overdue for it. Oh, I didn't lose to Farewell. That looked like a whoopsie? Okay, yeah, that was a whoops. This was discounted because it targeted this, right? Yeah. I mean, this is what this commander does. So, a duplicate of each non-token permanent in your hand. Mana value, X5 or more. Okay, so... Did they do this for 5? I didn't see it got countered so quickly. I'm going to assume they did. 1, 2, 3... Duplicate of each X target non-land. So for 2 blue mana, they copy all of this, and then they put them in the hand. So like I said, this commander doesn't really look that great unless you have one of like 5 to 6 cards. This one I haven't seen before. This one wasn't around last time I saw this all over the place, but yeah, they had one of them, but Ward just got him good there. Ward just got him good. Alright, cool. If you notice, both of us, or at least my opponent, had all blue and white mana in their Jeskai deck. It's almost like red is always just the worst thing to do. Opponent had no red lands at all. Okay, I am very done with this commander. I've been, jeez, yeah, 3.5 hours. I am good. Okay, so it is not really surprising that this isn't very good. It was actually really bad, I would say. It wasn't even just like slightly below average. I think it was just really, really bad. Now, I'm sure there's a bunch of people that like this for what it's doing or whatever. All the flicker effect kind of enjoyers out there are like, oh, it's just, you know, the next cool thing you could do in that. But, no. Stick to Yorion. You know, your 5-mana 4/5 Yorion is better. I mean, even adding red didn't feel worth it, right? I would just rather play Yorion, you know, if I want to do flickering nonsense. You need things in your graveyard to even use this, right? Now, that's not too difficult. That's not too difficult. But it can't copy counterspells, and those are really the strongest thing we found ourselves doing was counterspells, and this, for the most part, doesn't really recur any of them. Some of them it does, right? Like Archmage's Charm, and where is it? Yep. Archmage's Charm, stuff like that. Find the Villain's Lair actually does something. Supreme Will does something. So there are some. But for the most part, the flicker half of this strategy just wasn't really good. You can go super into it with a bunch of ways to flicker this, but then congratulations, most of the things in your hand don't do anything until this is in play. So you can run an entire list full of flickering, spamming things, right? Just a bunch of the blue-white flicker package in your deck. It's just your commander doesn't play to the board like all of your deck does in that regard, right? All of the ETB effects on 1, 2, and 3. Like, there's a deck that does that. You know, the deck that just a bunch of creatures, some ETB enchantments and whatnot that you could potentially sacrifice to then recur, like that. If you want to go on that half of the deck, go for it. And that's probably more interesting because the other half is done with way more efficient commanders, right? Like trying to do a Bejeskai control with the Graveyard Snapcaster thing. It's just hard to do that. There was actually a lot of incidental random graveyard hate. I don't really think that's realistic to expect, but there was a surprising amount of graveyard hate tonight. Really unfortunate, but it's not really going to take that into consideration because I didn't see any Ketramos, right? Ketramos would be lights out for any graveyard-based thing from happening in any game ever against Ketramos, but didn't see Ketramos. What I did see, however, was about 80%, maybe even slightly more percentage of all of my matchups were like blue-green, green, blue-green, black, blue-green, white. There was just an insane amount of counterspells out of opponents and a bunch of fast mana and a bunch of giant spells that like they could play 2 or 3 spells in a turn. The green decks don't care about anything. They could just cast whatever they want, whenever they want. So the control half of it was not keeping up with that. And then the flicker half was also just not doing anything, right? The value engine was just not there. It really wasn't there. Whirlwind of Thought, though, it took a while to bump into this one, but this was a really good card when I cast it, at least. It does sort of keep you in the game. I mean, sometimes it's better than the One Ring. I don't know if it is in this deck, but when every spell you cast draws a card, you are, rolling in it. You're rich when that happens. It just didn't really happen, honestly. Gamble, I don't know. I don't have nothing to say about Gamble. It's either great or it's terrible. It's in the name. But yeah, I just didn't like this. So if I was going to play this again, it would be all in on the flicker half and just play like 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop Yorion style deck with red. And instead of getting the Yorion value, you'd just be getting one singular spell out of your graveyard value that hopefully does more than simply flicker your commander, because then you just didn't do anything except, cast a spell and trigger prowess on something that might matter. I don't know. So you can't really, you'd have Monastery Mentor. I ended up taking that out. It wasn't doing anything. But you could do stuff like that with casting flicker spells over and over. But it's just in your opening hand against most opponents, when you have a hand of 2 flicker spells in your hand, those will not do anything. So you have a 5-card hand, essentially, until later on in the game. Now, you'll have more things to target if you're all in on bouncing your ETB cards that you could be running. But in the meantime, they're not great. And if those ETBs aren't really useful in any given matchup, then doing them twice is really bad, right? Oh, I have Cloud Shift in my hand, but the ETBs I have aren't really good for the matchup I'm playing against. They're just sitting there staring at my opponent. And then you're weak to sweepers, or way more weak to sweepers, and spot removal and whatnot. So this probably needed to be like a 3-mana 3/3 for me to really like it. It's not that much better, but it would be way better as a 3-mana 3/3 or something like that. Even a 3-mana 2/2. I mean, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just on 5, the fact that I'm not casting something that's a big deal is borderline impossible in Historic Brawl at this point, right? Maybe 2 years ago, maybe even just a year ago, maybe not, but like 2 years ago, okay, But now, no. The green decks don't care about this at all. The blue counterspell decks, you're never really gonna cast this and leave up counter magic to like fight whatever your opponent's doing. And if they're a counterspell based deck, they probably have a better commander for, running that kind of thing where we don't. So I really think this is the best way to play it, and it's still just not successful, right? I don't have faith in the ETB spam stuff, and this is like plan B or like whatever. It's always plan B, but flickering, I don't know. I can't even begin to imagine what I would want to flicker with this in play and get out of my graveyard with it. Like, oh, a 3-drop died. Let me cast my 5-drop and get that 3-drop back. Like, that just doesn't sound good even on paper. It really doesn't. The flicker spam stuff in this specific iteration is weaker than the other one because I have left 2 flicker, but I still think overall this is just Jeskai mid-range control-y thing is just the best way to do it, and it's, again, not really cutting it. It really isn't. It is pretty low to the ground, though, so it's got that going for it. It isn't flooded with 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s. I don't think it can be. You can run mana rocks, I guess, but that's way less other things you're doing, right? You have to take out a bunch of cards to add the mana rocks, and then any game where you're casting mana rocks, that's less spells and things to actually cast with this, or just anything in general, like counter spells, removal, efficient ETBs, planeswalkers, like, you have to make room for mana rocks, and then that's all they do is produce mana. So they don't even synergize with this, and there's no rush to get to this. I just don't think it works. I've played against it, and it trampled me a couple times, actually only once, but I mean, there's only so much you can expect. Sometimes the nuts is the nuts. Sometimes you have better draws. Sometimes you don't play against only blue and only green. That was basically the entire 3.5 hours. I played more of this than I have played the past few commanders too. Yeah, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. I'm not satisfied with it. Cannot recommend, so it is what it is. But let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.